Just such a unique looking vehicle. You don't see stuff like that on the road very much, and those headlights there just grab your attention. The old Awooga horn wakes the dead. And yeah, I think I hit that button a million times that day.
Frank and his father would go cruising around Victoria in this 1937 Replica Jag rental car. But their joyrides came to a quick end when the car rental business closed down. The Jag then sat by the breakwater, completely exposed for the next 3 years.
And it broke my dad and I's heart every time we went by it. We're like, no, why? Why would you do that? And I was working on the rigs at the time, and I came back probably about 3.5 years later of it just sitting there for a week, and we went down to see a wooden boat show. And we drove by the car, and there was a for sale sign on it. It had been put on 2 days early. The guy put it up, hadn't advertised it anywhere yet. I just grabbed my cell phone, deet. Hey, just looking at the Jaguar, are you around? So he came down, we struck a deal, and I came down 2 days later and paid cash and drove it home in the thunder shower.
Although it was pouring rain that day, Frank was grinning the whole way back home. He cleaned up the car, replacing parts as required. The outside may be British, but the inside is American.
It's a Mustang II from 1979's everything underneath, so technically we called it Jag-Tang.
This SS-100 Replica is the difference of thousands of dollars versus hundreds of thousands of dollars for an original. And Frank says most people on the street can't tell the difference.
But I always tell them it's a kit car. I don't like misleading people and be like, hey, no, it's a kit car. You know, it's made to look as if it was a 37 Jag, but you know, I'll tell you right now, a 37 Jag did not have a sound system in it. Since it is a replica, it allows me to let people drive it. It allows me to let people, you know, hop into it and take pictures. If it was an original, I'd take it out to like 4 car shows a year maybe. And the rest of the time it's gonna sit in the garage because, yeah, I'm not taking the $200,000 car driving out. I drove that all winter last year, through the rain and everything.
And he can be pretty generous with passing over the keys. He offered a couple who were admiring the car to take a ride in it.
Have the car for a few hours, gave them my business card. They're still looking at me a little oddly. I'm like, honestly, if you don't call me or try and connect with me, I'm gonna be very disappointed. A few weeks later, I get an email from the guy and invites me up to his place in Parksville, and I show up and we, you know, talk for a bit. Turns out he's an artist. And he's like, I'd love to attempt a portrait of you in your car. So I asked him if it'd be all right if my dad could come into the photo too, and if he could portray it on something like an English background, because my dad and I had did a 65-day trip around England together, and it'd be really cool to kind of commemorate that with this painting. It's just a beautifully well done painting.
This Jag was rusting away until Frank saved it, and now it seems to be paying him back with the relationships it seems to inspire. For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Roger Glassford.